You didn't just buy a $1,000 phone. You bought the charger, the case, new headphones, and a lifestyle you didn't plan for. And the scariest part is you didn't even notice it happening. Most people think they overspend because they lack discipline. That's not the real reason. You overspend because your brain is trying to keep your life consistent. The moment you upgrade one thing, everything else gets reevaluated. Your old stuff doesn't break. It just starts to feel wrong. And that feeling creates pressure, not logical pressure, emotional pressure. You don't think, I want to spend more money. You think, this doesn't match anymore. And once that process starts, it doesn't stop on its own. This isn't a new problem. Hundreds of years ago, a man received a single luxury item, a beautiful robe. Before that, his life was simple: old furniture, basic surroundings, no stress. He was fine. But the moment he put on that robe, everything around him felt out of place. His desk looked cheap. His room looked outdated, so he replaced the desk, then the rug, then the chair, then the decorations. One upgrade turned into a full transformation, and in the end, he replaced almost everything he owned and went broke. He later wrote that he used to control his life, but now his possessions controlled him, and that's exactly how this trap works. Let's bring this to today. You buy a premium phone. You tell yourself it's for productivity. Makes sense. But then your old charging cable feels cheap. Your old case looks out of place. Your wired headphones don't feel good enough anymore. So you upgrade. A better charger, a better case, wireless earbuds, maybe a stand, maybe subscriptions. And here's the trick. Each extra purchase feels small because your brain compares it to the big one. $40 feels like nothing next to 1,000. 60 feels fine. 200 feels reasonable. And suddenly, one purchase becomes 5. Now let's talk about identity. You decide you're going to get in shape, so you buy expensive equipment. That's step 1. But step 2 is where things change. Because now your old clothes don't match the identity, your room doesn't match, your setup doesn't match, so you upgrade. New outfits, new shoes, better equipment, a cleaner space, and slowly, you're not just buying products, you're building a new version of yourself, and that version has standards. Standards that cost money. Now let's talk about where people lose the most. Home upgrades. You change one thing, just one. New cabinets. Looks amazing. But now the fridge looks outdated, the floor looks cheap, the walls look tired, and suddenly your small project becomes a full renovation. 10,000 turns into 30,000. And the craziest part? Before the upgrade, you were fine. You didn't hate your fridge. You didn't notice your floor. The upgrade created the dissatisfaction. Here's what's actually happening. Your brain wants your environment to match your identity. When something stands out, it creates tension, and your brain will spend money to remove that tension. Not because you need to, because you want things to feel right. You're not addicted to spending. You're addicted to alignment. So how do you stop this? You don't need to stop buying things. You just need to stop the chain reaction. First, stop thinking in items. Start thinking in systems. Before you buy anything expensive, ask yourself, what else will this force me to upgrade? What comes with it? What will suddenly feel not good enough? Then calculate the real cost, not the item, the system. Because if you can't afford the system, you can't afford the item. Second, Delay the matching upgrades. Give yourself 30 days. Don't change anything else because most of the this doesn't match feeling is temporary. And when it fades, you save money. Third, keep one part of your life intentionally simple. Simple clothes, simple car, simple setup. This keeps your identity grounded and removes pressure from everything else. Because the most expensive lifestyle was the one that has to look perfect everywhere. So remember this. One upgrade leads to a new standard. That standard creates mismatch. Mismatch creates pressure. And pressure creates spending. Before your next purchase, ask yourself one question. What else is this going to make me buy? If this changed the way you think about money, subscribe and tell me in the comments, what's one purchase that ended up costing you way more than expected?